Are you looking to install a new graphics card, but you're transitioning between manufacturers and you're not sure what to do with your video drivers? You have come to the right place. AMD to NVIDIA, NVIDIA to AMD, or Intel integrated to either one of these. If you simply change your graphics card or install a new one without doing anything with your drivers, your performance is going to be subpar. I have seen many comments beneath previous YouTube videos saying, "Why is my computer half the speed of yours? I have the same hardware. Why is my new machine not giving me good performance? I upgraded my graphics card and the performance is worse than it used to be." Usually it's drivers. Some people, I imagine, simply go, "Well, I'll take out the old card, I'll put in the new card, and Windows will handle it for me," right? Wrong. Windows does a terrible job with video drivers. It actually does a pretty good job of most other things. Audio drivers, except for really fancy sound cards, network drivers, except for something really fancy and complicated, but most situations with audio and network and most other components, Windows does a pretty good job. Those devices are pretty straightforward these days. Video drivers are complicated, large, feature-rich, and generally have a number of custom programs that come with them, whether it's Intel, AMD, or NVIDIA, and it's very important that not only do you download and install the correct drivers, but you get the old drivers off the system. I know what you're thinking. You'll go into Apps, into Control Panel, or Settings now it's called in Windows 10, and you'll click Uninstall on your current drivers. That might work and it might not. To be completely blunt, the uninstall programs provided, especially from AMD and NVIDIA, are less than complete. They both leave little bits of their own programs behind, registry entries, folders, etc. Today I'm going to show you a program called Display Driver Uninstaller. It is a user-supported program. It is free to download. They ask for a small donation if you find the program to be useful. Toss them $1 if you think it is. It is recommended that you run this in safe mode. I'm going to show you how to do that as well. It's very easy. You hold down Shift when you click Restart, click on the bottom option each time, and then reboot into safe mode. It just takes a few seconds. And it will safely clean, if you're using the current version, AMD, NVIDIA, and Intel drivers off of your system, the display drivers, so that you can reboot and do a completely fresh installation without having any issues between drivers. I use this program constantly when I'm switching cards around. As you can see on the desk here, I have the new GTX 1660 non-TI. I'm filming this video 2 days before that card comes out. You won't see it until after it comes out, but I'm filming this video before this card comes out, and in order to test it, I have to switch from AMD to NVIDIA. To do this, I'm going to reboot into safe mode, run the program I'm about to show you, clean off the drivers, and do a fresh install of the NVIDIA drivers with nothing left over. Now, some of you might be saying, wait a minute, is this only for Intel to AMD? Is it from NVIDIA to AMD, or vice versa? Generally, yes, there are exceptions, but so long as you're not going too far back within the lineage, most of the time, if you're upgrading from an older NVIDIA card to a newer NVIDIA card, or AMD, or if you're going from a lower level card to a higher level card. Example, if you're going from a 1050 Ti to a 1080 Ti, you don't have to do what I'm about to show you. The consolidated drivers that NVIDIA provides are smart enough to internally reorganize and handle that without a wipe and a reinstall. AMD is the same way. If you're going from an RX 550 to an RX 590, for example, as you can see right here, then you don't have to do that either. If you're going from something like a GTX 960 to an RTX 2080, you also don't have to do it if you're already on the latest version, because the latest drivers actually provide support going all the way back to, I believe it's the 600 series is the oldest supported. They might have Fermi support, but it goes back further than you probably will be upgrading from. So if your current drivers installed support it and you're staying on the same manufacturer, you don't have to do this. This is for changing manufacturer brands, or if you're having a problem with your drivers. Perhaps you've done several upgrades, you've done a Windows upgrade, you've upgraded the drivers multiple times. If you're having a problem with a game that you're playing, if the performance is not what you expect, this is also a good troubleshooting tool to wipe off all the current drivers and to install a completely fresh, clean set with default settings, and that sometimes can clear up problems you're having with your games. Now, a link to this program and their website will be down in the description below. Please go check that out. And as I said, if you find this helpful and useful, please consider donating $1 to them to support the development so we can keep this wonderful tool around. I'm now going to go full screen and show you this program. Here we are on the WagnerSoft website, and you can see right here version 18.0.0.9 is now available. Please note that this does get updated often, and you want to make sure you're running on the latest version. Generally, every time or every other time AMD and NVIDIA come out with new drivers, there's a new version of this program to make sure it's fully covered. You can see here everything that's supported, which versions is supported, etc. Come down here and click on this official download here icon. You'll also see there's a donation page and a Patreon page. As I said, this is a wonderful program, and I encourage you to support them if you are able to do so. Here you can see it is downloaded an executable program. We're not going to run this. It's just a self-extracting file. Instead, I'm going to click on the icon next to it and choose Show in Folder. If you don't use Chrome, it'll look a little bit different. Here, we're simply going to double-click and run it. It's a 7-zip self-extracting archive. We're going to extract it, and it will create a folder right here. You can run the program here, but we do want to reboot into safe mode to make sure that all the pieces of the display driver are removed. As you can see here, I do have an AMD graphics card installed at the moment. In fact, what we have here is we have an RX Vega 64, but we're going to remove this and replace it with the GTX 1660 so I can do some benchmarking. We click on the Start button, we click the Power button, and I am holding down the Shift button. When you click Restart while holding Shift, what you're going to see is the Startup Diagnostics menu. We could just choose Continue or turn off your PC. We're going to choose Troubleshoot. We're going to choose Advanced Options. We're going to choose See More Recovery Options. We're going to choose Startup Settings, and this is what lets us boot into safe mode. Here we are in the startup menu. I'm going to choose option 5, enable safe mode with networking. Here we are back into Windows. Now we can run Display Driver Uninstaller. This is going to scan our system. There are several options here. First of all, device type. It will do the same thing for audio drivers, but we're going to choose GPU, and we have the option of NVIDIA, AMD, and Intel. If you are diagnosing problems, if you haven't run this in a while, if maybe you replaced your graphics card already without doing it, I would actually recommend running all three, and so that's what we're going to do. Because this is an Intel system, I'm going to start off with Intel, and I'm going to choose Clean and Do Not Restart because we're going to run this program 3 separate times. And with that complete, we're going to switch over to the AMD drivers, which we know for sure are there, and choose Clean and Do Not Restart. And with that completed, we're going to come over here to NVIDIA, and I'm going to go ahead and run it here as well. But I'm going to click Clean and Shutdown because we don't need to do anything else at this point. Once this is complete, it will automatically shut the computer down. Then you can change out your video card. If you've never done something like that before, I understand it can feel intimidating the first time. It's really not hard so long as you follow the instructions and go step by step. As you can see here, I have a Vega 64 liquid cooled installed. I'm going to remove it and put the new NVIDIA card on. And there we go, the new video card is now installed and we are booted up to Windows, but there are no NVIDIA specific drivers installed, just a generic driver was auto-installed by Windows. Now we're going to go back to full screen and we're going to download and install the drivers. This is NVIDIA's download page. If you switched from NVIDIA to AMD, then of course you would go to AMD's page. This is a GTX 1660 series, and actually it doesn't show the 1660 yet because it hasn't been released, but these will still work just fine. We're going to hit download, and then you install these drivers just like normal. It takes just a minute to extract them. Checking system compatibility because compatible systems are compatible. We'll install the graphics driver and the GeForce experience. Use the express options. And the driver installation is complete. At this point, simply reboot your computer. No, it's not asking for one, but you should do so anyway, and then you can use your computer as normal. Whether you replaced your graphics card or perhaps you ran this as a troubleshooting step to solve some strange problem, hopefully your computer is running much better and much faster either way. Thank you so much for watching this video. Like this video if you like it. Share it with your friends if you love it. Remember to subscribe to my channel with that big, huge red button directly below. Hit the bell notification icon next to that if you'd like to actually be notified when new videos come out. Hit the join button next to that if you'd like to join the Deal Nation. Support the channel for $5 a month. You get custom emoji to use down in the comment section. You get a special loyalty badge in live chats and a variety of other benefits, and support the channel directly. It's greatly appreciated. You can also find other ways to support down below. Shopping links at Amazon, Newegg, eBay. You can find a variety of other affiliate links, my Twitter, Twitch, and the Tech Deals Discord, which is a member benefit. If you hit that join button, you can join the Tech Deals Discord. We have a wonderful community of people down there. Thank you all so much for watching this video. I will see you next time.